Well, a big front means big impact in the Midwest as well as the Northeast. We're going to let you know if your hometown is going to get it.
That's right. We're also talking about heat tonight on Abrams Bettes and these stories as well. Wherever you'll be on the 4th of July, we'll tell you what weather you'll see. Millions will contend with storms.
Weather can have a worldwide impact on what happens to your garbage. I'm Tatiana Anderson in Sandy Hook, New Jersey, and coming up, I'll tell you what local activists are doing to clean things up.
A low off of Africa's coast has caught our eye. Find out what could happen as it moves over the Atlantic. Hi everyone, welcome into Abrams and Bettes Beyond the Forecast. Great show for you tonight. We're going to get you ready for that 4th of July holiday.
That's right. Unfortunately, before we get to the 4th of July holiday, we're talking about severe weather and extreme heat. So let's get right to where the action is right now. Mike, you're talking little tropics coming up in a minute.
How about that?
That's right. But first, let's bring it down to the homeland here and tell you what we're talking about, because we are dealing with storms in Florida. Yet again, we're getting smacked with rain. Look at this, in the Sunshine State. And it seems to be concentrated, I've got to say, for the most part, from about Port St. Lucie back towards Orlando, all the way down into the West Palm Beach, Wellington area, also up towards Stuart. A lot of rain is coming down. Some of it is quite heavy, especially where you see the red shading on the map. Very heavy rain is kind of just meandering around. Not doing a whole lot of anything except for just kind of chilling out for the most part. Now, here throughout Montana, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch area in effect until 10 p.m. This is what we're going to have to deal with for the day today. Into tomorrow, all of this severe weather is going to move east. So if you live around Chicago, Milwaukee, and you're thinking, hey, we're looking good right now. All this is in Minnesota, Montana. It's not affecting us. Guess what? All of these watch areas are going to slide south and east. Why? Well, we have this big low pressure circulating here on our water vapor map that we're going to get for you here. And again, we have one system that's actually exiting here throughout West Virginia. There's actually a big low pressure circulating up here into Canada, as a matter of fact, and it's going to affect many of us here actually across the country. Let's show you how, because it's going to bring severe weather and it's also going to bring warm temperatures followed by a cool off. So it's good news that we are going to see a front that's going to slide through like the Northeast. Our temperatures are going to be in the 90s for places like Philadelphia and also into New York. You know, Mike, I'm having a little bit of trouble here with our computer. It doesn't want to cooperate with me. Maybe you can help me out there so we can show the people what I'm talking. There we go. Thanks, Mike. What a great partner I have, isn't he? Helps me out when I get stuck like that. Low pressure firing right through here throughout the Midwest. We are seeing severe weather for tomorrow. Now, notice, above average highs. Wait till you see how warm it's going to get here in the Northeast. That is definitely going to be hot for Philly, New York, Boston, down to D.C. Front is going to sweep through and cool us off. So the heat is going to be short-lived in the Northeast. Unfortunately, it does stay pretty wet here throughout the Great Lakes. So let me show you exactly what we're talking about in the Great Lakes and show you where we're going to see the rain and where we aren't going to see the rain. So here we go for our Wednesday forecast. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, and they look like they will be up to that severe limit tomorrow. Then all of this drops south and east. Cleveland, you could get the storms. Indianapolis, how sick are you here in Indianapolis in stormy weather? I know. St. Louis storms as well. Kansas City, stormy weather for you for our Thursday. And then as we head into our Friday forecast, of course, the 4th of July, not too shabby overall, but still rain here throughout the Mississippi River Valley, which is not what we want to see. We have an update as some rivers are going up just a bit here, but for the most part, our rivers are going to be going down. Now, let's follow this system on into the Northeast and show us what it will bring. Boston, potential for some storms for you. And this shows you the precipitation. It doesn't show you the temperatures. That's actually coming up on the other side of our first break, so stay tuned for that. It does bring rain into the picture for our Thursday forecast, not down the megalopolis, but back towards Buffalo, also towards Pittsburgh. Then as we head into our Friday, what happens is it drifts a little bit south. So yes, as I always say, this time of year, Mike, we're going to have the Mother Nature's fireworks. Or what do we say on the 4th of July, right, to make it?
Kind of corny, but we do
Yes.
that. Now, hey, a month ago, we were talking about Arthur.
That's
than a
right.
month ago, really. Now we've got potentially another system out there in
Big
the tropics.
Bertha?
So we're going to talk about what may become Bertha. We're going to show it to you here and show you precisely what's happening for us. A big picture of the Atlantic. There's the coast of Africa right there. Little disturbance coming right off the coast. It's got some rotation to it. We've got potentially what could become our next named storm. Of course, when you take a look back at the United States, thousands of miles away. There's a lot of real estate in between here and there, so anything can happen, folks. But I'm going to give you a real close-up view of this so you can kind of pinpoint what's happening here. Again, comes right off the coast of Africa, especially later in the season. This is where we tend to look for systems to develop. So this is the most interesting feature that's come off the coast of Africa this season so far. Coming up in our tropical update at 10 till the top of the hour, our hurricane expert, Dr. Steve Lyons, is going to join us in studio. He's going to analyze this and show you frame by frame what's going on here and what he thinks may happen here in the coming days. So we're going to talk about that coming up at 50 after the hour, so certainly tune in for that. What is going to play out in July? What usually plays out in July? Well, look, origins and tracks. Nothing's developed here. Look at this. I mean, it's empty on the map, so this is kind of a rare entity to come off the coast of Africa, especially this time of year, where we potentially could get some development. Again, is a little bit farther off the coast of Africa. More likely, you see development here around the Bahamas, into the Gulf of Mexico, and the track of a lot of these storms brings them near the coast and then curves them out or takes them south of the Caribbean or into the Gulf of Mexico. So interesting to see this happen. I'm interested to hear what Dr. Lyons has to say.
All right, we have that coming up and this. While 1,400 wildfires are eating up and smoking out California, we'll show you where the weather conditions in the east are prime for flare-ups.
You've got to see tonight's live report from a New Jersey beach that could actually be mistaken for a landfill. And we'll show you what one group is doing about it.
This program was brought to you by Econo Lodge Hotels. New look, new free Wi-Fi. Visit us online at choicehotels.com.